Good morning. My name is Paweł Manowiecki. I work for Lingaro. I will have a pleasure to host this session. Not the session, but the track. So the whole track today will be with a little bit of my help. I will introduce speakers and try to help them with HDMI connection. But I decided to start with a presentation to give you a wrap-up about the market. Yeah? And I don't know if you have been last year to my presentation. Anybody have seen last year presentation of mine? Raise your hand, press the button. No one. You have seen Grzegorz. That was not an easy one because everything failed. Internet connection and all the stuff. Unfortunately, I had the green hair. Now I don't have green hair anymore. It's gone. It moved somewhere else. I work for a company called Lingaro, and we do data and analytics. We are proud to be an agile company, doing this all very agile, and you probably know it by heart. Good analytics give competitive advantage to any business. Yeah, you work with your numbers better, you make more money. Easy as that. Second thing we're proud about, it's a group of very, very nice people to work with, from the customer perspective and also internally. Some of the nice people in front of me, Katsiarina, who will deliver a speech after me. We are not small. I'm proud to update this slide with 431 people, mainly in Domaniewska's office. I'm also proud about some of the bits and pieces on this chart. It's multicultural, so we talk English and Geeklish. 11 nationalities, some of us train us with new languages. Plenty of ladies, not only smart, also beautiful. 24/7 coverage. Yeah, we have offices, we operate with customers who need support for 24/7 all around the globe. Going further, what we do, and I'm speeding up. I brought this marketing boring slide first, yeah, so that they can come in, disturb me. And the point is, we do all what's in the full stack of doing something with the data. We do data warehousing, we do that in the cloud, we're able to do big data and IoT, like connecting Flower to the cloud. We do data science, machine learning, we do visual analytics, data discovery, also the boring enterprise reporting, custom apps, if you want to have your own colors, style and crazy chart, we do it. We are famous for very well-established practice of user experience design, UX team, very strong, and it all, I would say, next time I will convert that slide, this comes up, because that's, in my humble opinion, the most important in the game with Lingaro. We know what is web responsive design, mobile responsive design. Today, we focus here, right? And I wanted to brought you to the market just some logos of technologies we do, just as a brain teaser. Yeah, Lingaro is not doing just one of them. We do have plenty of logos. Let's get to the point, because there is no more seats left. I wanted to tell you about business intelligence market. But let's say this is also a very large definition, and I've decided to cut that into the perspective of two research companies, of perspective of Gartner and Bark. Yeah, so I will tell the story about these vendors who are more or less leaders, yeah, in both of the analytical reports. And let's make it more interactive, because you all probably didn't have a chance to drink coffee, me neither. I also need that. Small voting. I will ask you a question. If you know or like or prefer or whatever this particular tool, raise your hand and press the button if you have any. Power BI of Microsoft, raise your hand. Who knows, who likes? Cool. Tableau. Raise your hand, press the button. Cool, the same group. Damn it. Click. Woohoo. Once more, the same group. Quite interesting. MicroStrategy. Sorry, MicroStrategy. SAP in terms of Lumira, HANA, I don't know, Analytics Cloud. Cool. There are some of you. Good to know. TIBCO Spotfire. Spot my fire. Okay, remember to raise your hand every time I told we do every technology.
Yes. And we're technology agnostic, by the way.
And we are technology agnostic, for sure. But we do have some preferences. We can share it later. SAS VA, Visual Analytics. Raise your hand. Okay, good. I will have new market knowledge after that, and I will show you slides about that. Good. IBM, it means Watson. Okay, who's else there? That's all. Maybe, tricky question, because I want to raise your attention on one particular product. Domo. Anybody heard, used, tried? You will try it after you leave this room later on. Good. These are all questions I had. So a little bit recap on that. Let me use some of the, let's see if I'm able to start drawing. It needs, like pen. So, that's the trio nominated by Gartner to be leaders in this particular market. So you have seen raised hands. This were the same people raising same amount of hands for these three tools. And I'm happy that, let's say, I'm not far away with my mind from the market perspective. Yeah, of course, there are niche leaders of Gartner where some of the pieces raise my attention, and I will share that with you. So remember, Microsoft was not there, Qlik was not there, Tableau was not there several years ago. Always pay attention who shows up here and who moves on, because it can be that in a couple of years we meet here, they are gone, someone else is here. Yeah? And don't focus on Gartner, because that's, by the way, who knows Gartner Magic Quadrant for Business Intelligence Tools? Raise your hand. Thank you, some of you. So for some of you it's new. There are quadrants for everything, washing machines, But this is for business intelligence in the narrow scope of analytics and business intelligence platforms. There is another research on advanced analytics, so let's not mix it up. Yeah? In advanced analytics, this quadrant looks completely different, and we are not talking today about that. We're not talking also about data science, sorry. Maybe later on there is a session where a colleague from CBRE will show a little bit of data science taste in this respect. Now, this matrix, take a look, it's not always Gartner have true. Microsoft, Qlik, SAP, IBM, Oracle, that's the group, I would say, of market leaders from this second team. I would add MicroStrategy into that leaders group and TIBCO, so that's my opinion. I will question mark why the hell information builders is there. I don't get it. And sorry, it was inclusive to Blossas. Yeah? So that's how Bark sees this. Make an average, and you know what's the story. So to continue, let's talk slightly, and let's visualize it. Every tool we talked about. Yeah, Power BI. By the way, if you will find something interesting, I strongly encourage you to visit the website of this tool and find a place where you can download desktop version and try it out. All of the tools do it. Sometimes you need to click twice, 3 times, give your data, but all do. And seeing tool in action is getting a feeling. So Power BI, on purpose named as #1 in my humble opinion, because of big company behind, because of quite a strong push in development. It's perceived as being a cheap product, mainly because many companies have already Microsoft stack. Adding Power BI on top is, let's say, incrementally not that complex. And I can just share with you that we see very strong drive in Lingaro on these topics. Yeah? Independent of my personal preferences, Power BI is a way to check as a number one, and I don't want to steal Katsiarina's show, so she will show you right after me with her session, bits and pieces, and also another presenters will show different perspective, so you will enjoy. Tableau. This player, in my humble opinion, made a second revolution on this market, because they made it available for business user to play around with data, you know, bring something into play on this shelf. This is visualized. They do have this very interesting feature of show me. It means it's giving hints which of the charts based on cardinality of the data are the best ones to show. Yeah? You click the button and if it's geospatial data, you have a map. Yeah? Quite a good one. Very, very, let's say, groundbreaking product, which forced all the other competitors, Click, Microsoft, and the others, to move on, yeah? To drop the old boring stuff and go for new kind of tools. Yeah? We do experience every day, let's say, consumerization of IT. Yeah? You know it from your mobile phone that everything is easy. You have an app for that. You park, you pay with the app, you go to shop, you scan. Your personal life is much, much easier than a couple of years ago. And internally in the companies, young people like you also require from companies easy tools like that. Going forward, ClickSense and ClickView, two products of Click, which is, let's say, it's not a secret, it's slightly my personal preference because I worked with them for a couple of years. But what's interesting here, in my humble opinion, quite simple data loading, joining. You can do that without any other bits and pieces. High interactivity of the charts. You click, you get a response from multiple charts at once in milliseconds. And quite underestimated two perspectives, especially for developers, that if you know web technologies, you can do much, much more with ClickSense than someone who doesn't know web technologies, because it's possible to extend visuals, it's possible to connect to some APIs, plenty of APIs around the software. Check it out. And in my humble opinion, all of the tools, let's say, reality is, if you look at the pictures, if you will stay with the visuals I showed you, you will not notice that much difference. There is a map everywhere, there is a nice colorful chart everywhere. The difference lays in the details, and I would not be able to tell you right now where the difference is, because the difference follows difference in your preferences. Not everybody wants to see charts. We have customers demanding tables, you know? It has to look like in Excel, damn it. Yeah? So we fight for, you know, transformation on the market. Colors, visuals are better for human brain than tables. You can consume more data because it's synthesized. And these tools make it happen. Every tool makes it different. Every tool gives you some of the areas much stronger than the other. And geospatial capabilities of ClickSense, I strongly recommend to check several good use cases. And there's also old but cool tool called ClickView. By the way, I haven't checked. Who knows ClickView? Raise your hand and press the button. Cool, not that. So this is old tool of Click. They moved to new tool of ClickSense, but it's such a good tool that nobody wants to get rid of that from the companies. Yeah. So this still exists. It's more dedicated to, you know, I call it pixel perfect dashboards. You want this, you know, you want this table to be exactly here. You want this icon to be exactly there. You want this dashboard to end here. Yeah? Go for ClickView. The previous one is web responsive. It will decide for you where to place elements. Going further, strong recommendation from Paweł Manowiecki. Check it out. I can brag about that we are one of the unique first partners of Domo. And we do operate with customers not from Poland, even not from Europe, around that. a very interesting tool, which I would call with single word, social BI. In my humble opinion, this is another shocker for me, let's say. Let's be bluntly honest. I was shocked seeing the tool for the first time, and it was a couple of weeks ago, sorry to say, yeah? Because, you know, you need to have a chance. What's quite interesting, it's only cloud, first of all. You don't do any kind of scripting, nothing. You can't play around with SQL statements, R or something. Maybe possibility of extensions, but it's not the core. And second thing is, so easy to learn ETL. You can mash up some data sets, plenty of data connections. That's quite interesting. They have a large marketplace with plenty of applications ready to use, which you just configure. You know, you want your LinkedIn data, LinkedIn professional data. You just configure your credentials. Bam, you have dashboard with 3 sheets. But that's not the end. That's not the end, because a very important thing in the way how analytics should work in the company is discussion on data, not just dashboards. Yeah? So if the tool helps you to do all stages, data preparation, data visualization, then data, let's say, data discovery, yeah? Clicking around, getting to know bits and pieces. And then the last stage, in my opinion, is that you can discuss the data. And they took an experience they have from Facebook, Slack, whatever, you know, young generation communication tools, and it's there. You can discuss charts, you can have threads, you can take one of the charts, send it to, you know, Slack or something. Amazing. Try it out if it's possible. It's possible, I think, to trial it, and then you have to buy, but use that time wisely to try it out. We do it. We have already implementations of that, and this grabs attention of many of our largest customers. And funny to say, these customers seen all, yeah, so they go for the newest gadget to try out. And this company, just to share you market input, made a huge impact on American market. They plus Microsoft kicked the butts of Tableau and the rest. Yeah, so Tableau was the first shining star. The Domo is coming in, made some troubles to Tableau, to Click, to Power BI. Next, Spotfire, quite underestimated tool. Once more, who knows typical Spotfire? Not that many people. There are big corporations, especially from American markets, who use it heavily. And this is a very good tool for complex self-service reporting, but also, let's say, dashboarding and enterprise reporting. Before joining Lingaro, I underestimated capabilities of this. Maybe because it's not on the Polish market, not on the European, but the foreign one. Strong data preparation engine also, so you can prep your data within the tool. And then a couple of stack vendors, I would call them. So a couple of companies so large that innovation takes time, and they do try to find their own way. My shocker is, if you really would ask someone to show you the newest version, you will not see the difference from the others. The point is, probably no one wants to try it because they experienced the past, yeah? Complex past. Yeah? So, well known on the market, Cognos is going into, you know, in IBM, is getting diluted into, you know, new kind of Cognos, and a lot of talking about, you know, IBM Watson, some kind of magic box which takes your data and helps you to analyze. MicroStrategy is also dropping the idea of just single desktop tool. They did quite a lot of R&D recently, very nice visuals. In fact, some of the tools looks like Tableau. I was shocked. You have nice charts. You have also shelf where you put your metrics. But this is just one comment here. they do position themselves, and I see them as really, really enterprise tool. So very big companies with large data sets are happy with that stack. It's not that agile as the other tools, yeah, that you drop it like it's hot, your data, analyze it next second. It takes more time, but at least it can work with trillions, billions of data stored somewhere in Teradata, Netezza, I don't know, Exadata or SAP HANA, some kind of powerful database in the back. Also data discovery tools, so an experience similar to data discovery tools like Tableau, Click, or something. Oracle, they don't push too much about their business intelligence because, in my humble opinion, they are very